The other day I was chatting with a, quote, friend of mine on Facebook, and the topic of Onistwave music came up, and this idea of creating my own genre from my music that I make. And truthfully, the conversation made me feel a little bit awkward because I didn't quite know how to read the sentiment of what this person was saying. And, they were giving me accolades or whatever, but you never know with Facebook. I mean, it could be sarcastic. And that gave me the idea to do a SnowFlake about it because I think that it would be good to explain why I started to classify PC3 music under the genre of Onistwave music, this term that I had made up to describe it, lest I be misunderstood as a pretentious snob. There is actually a practical reason why I decided to start doing that. Now, for about 3 years, since, roughly about 2013 really, I started to make quite a bit of these very long pieces of music, okay? And by now, I'm sure that most of you have heard the music that I've made under the title PC3. And when I say Onistwave music, I'm not talking about Pipe Choir, and I'm not talking about PC1 or the Marion Circle Drum Brigade. I'm only talking about the PC3 music. Because when I would have conversations with people about the music that I made, inevitably, one of the first questions that people ask you as soon as you say to them, "Oh, I make music," the very first question they ask is, "Oh, what kind of music do you make?" And, I would sit there for a little bit trying to describe what I was doing. And I found myself pulling from different genres to try to interpret to someone the kind of music that I was making. And, the conversations would go something like this, okay? "So what kind of music do you make?" And I would go, "Well, I make these really long pieces of chilled out music." "Oh, so it's new age music?" "Well, no, not really. I guess there's some elements of it. I have more in common with The Cure than I do with Yanni. With PC3, I make songs and I make music. Some of the PC3 songs and music are standard length, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, okay? But all of the PC3 Onistwave music is 15 minutes or longer, okay? And the majority of my catalog as PC3 is Onistwave music. So the shortest Onistwave song by PC3 is 15 minutes long, and to date the longest is 13 hours. 13 plus hours, actually. And the difference between a song and music is a song has lyrics and music does not. And I make both. Some songs have lyrics, there's actually a song structure, and some have just music, okay? So they're not just music, and it's not just chill out. It's not electronica, and it's not a normal radio-friendly song. So the people that were asking me the question were actually more confused after I described it to them than they were when I first started describing it to them. And then one day, after one of these conversations, it occurred to me that what I should probably do, and it was warranted, that I actually attach my own name to what I'm doing. One, because it would be easier to describe it to people, and I could provide them with a definition that they could go look up. Two, as soon as I say that, I make this music called Onistwave, and it would be a genre that they'd never heard of, so immediately their reference point is blank. Then I could fill in what that definition was and what that meant. And the third reason that I decided to do that was because I really do feel that what I'm doing musically is very separate from what everyone else is doing right now. Not better than what everyone else is doing, okay? But just different. And you can take that however you want, but I really mean it with the best intentions. And the term Onistwave music just really made it a lot easier for me to describe it to people. It is really just a simple mechanism for communicating to someone what kind of music I make, especially if they've never heard it before. Ultimately, that's why. Now, some of you are probably wondering what Onistwave is. For those of you who have not heard my music or have read the Onistwave definition, I would refer you to that definition. You can find it in my bio. You can find it on my profiles. I made sure that it's there. I don't want to come off as a pretentious jerk. And you know what? If I do, whatever. It's not how I mean it. So, with that, this is Mike Bostwick signing off for now. And remember, folks, if you want to keep what you've got to give it away. Take it easy.